some activity stuff.
Judah's teaching Gabriel some activity stuff. What kind of activities?
Letters and
run in the sun.
and letters and animals.
Wow.
Bus.
What a good teacher and what a good sister.
Umbrella. Run in the sun. Umbrella.
What are you talking about, Gabriel? What are you talking about? Can you say hi to my friends? Can you say hi to everybody?
Hi, friends.
Say hi, guys. Hi. See ya.
Hi, guys. Hi. See ya.
So these granola bars are delish, you guys, and they're so easy and quick to make. So I just started out chopping up half a cup of peanuts, and you guys can use whatever nuts you love. And then I did, in a separate bowl, 1 cup of some peanut butter, 2 tablespoons of coconut oil, half cup of honey, and then I sprinkled some salt, and then I stuck that in the oven. I do not have a microwave. I stuck it in the oven for about, probably 4 or 5 minutes until it softened. And then I mixed the nuts with 3.5 cups of oats. And then I mixed everything all together. And then I waited a few minutes, and then I added in the chocolate chips, because if you add the chocolate chips in too soon, they'll melt, so you want to wait a few minutes before you add those. And then I pressed the granola down into some parchment paper lined in a 9x13 dish, and you want to press it down really, really firmly, and then stick it in the fridge for about a half hour, and then it's ready to either cut into bars or squares, whichever you prefer. These are so good and satisfying, you guys, and they're the easiest little snack for your kids. My kids love them for breakfast. You could double the recipe and make a whole bunch, and they are just so good. Also, you guys can use butter instead of the coconut oil. I know that I snuck in a little bit of butter because butter just makes everything taste better. And then also, if you don't like peanut butter, or if you have a peanut allergy, you can just double the amount of honey, and then add dried fruit. My favorite dried fruit is cranberries. I love dried cranberries in my granola bars. So that's always an option. Hope you guys enjoy.
It's always easy when I see someone waiting there for me, when there's a whole lot of love in a home from above. You take your coat off and raise that smile, the one unheard of for 1,000 miles. We share the future just like the past. The good and bad times are gonna last.
So our family spends a lot of our time outside, especially in the spring and summer, obviously. But our kids always find things to do, like climbing trees, riding bikes, fishing out in the pond, and we just love to be outside. And in fact, I was just telling Keith that we need some quads or some dirt bikes or like a side-by-side, because we just need a little more action these days, and everybody needs some toys.
There's a home
this little guy was in the bathtub a little while ago, and he slipped and fell. I had left the bathroom just for a minute. Hi, baby. Say hi. I left the bathroom just for a few minutes. I had to go get his towel and a few other things. Naomi was still in there with him, and apparently she was trying to get him to sit down, and he slipped and he caught his eye. We don't know where he actually hit his eye, but he hit it on the side of the bathtub somewhere. Oh, it's okay. It's okay. It's all right. You'll be all right. And
He busted it open.
he busted it pretty good. He'll be fine, but it was bleeding a little bit.
He wants you to look outside, Mom.
I don't think it's bad enough for stitches, but we went ahead and we stuck a Band-Aid on there just to try to keep it clean. Marshall? But he's not liking this Band-Aid at all. Are you, Marshall? Are you? No, I'm not liking this Band-Aid, Mom.
Just for a minute. Just for a
What are you
minute.
watching, huh? What are you watching? Oh, Blue's Clues.
Just for a minute.
After a long, adventurous day outside, a nice warm bath, and a baba, this kid was exhausted. Guys, so we ended up coming in the house because it started getting stormy. We could hear lightning coming, and as you guys can see, well, I don't know if you guys can see or not, it is raining at the moment. In fact, it's been raining for the past like 3 hours.
Yeah. It's actually
Which-
a pretty nice rain, though. Very calm.
Yeah, I really don't mind the rain. I like it. I don't like when it rains for days on end. I do like the sunshine and going out and enjoying a nice, warm, sunny day.
Don't
but-
you like when something's tickling your nose when you're breathing and it starts going shh?
Well, you know what that probably is, right?
Probably. I need some coffee. You need some coffee?
That sounds amazing on a nice, cool. It's actually gotten really
It's
chilly.
actually very cool. I'd say at least 40s.
Yeah, it's getting cold enough to shut the window because my feet are like ice cubes right now, and
That's because you never want to wear socks.
my hands and my feet are cold right now. But anyway, so I've been getting a lot of questions. A lot of people asking me about Keith's work and how that's going, and just to answer those people, being that we need electricity. Thankfully, unfortunately, his work is considered essential. Electrical contractors, and he is, he's the mechanic and he fixes their trucks and all that stuff. So, thankfully, what he does for a living is essential, and like I said, we have not been affected by this, quarantine or anything in any way at all. We're homebodies anyway. We're always home.
Always home.
We are probably considered really boring to most people
Antisocial.
because we, well,
I work so much
we
that
we didn't used to be antisocial.
well, no, but I work so much too that when I get off work, all I really want to do is be at home with the family.
Yeah, he works so much.
I find being home my vacation. I have no problem staying at home for a week. These guys want to go places, but I'm tickled pink just stay at home and mow the grass. Sounds good to me.
Yeah, and when you've got all these kids, it's kind of hard to go places and,
Kinda?
enjoy yourself.
Sheesh. It's getting better now that they're getting older. But when we had all the little ones, oh goodness, that was like 3 diaper bags and chaos.
Yeah, but Marshall's no fun to take anywhere because
No.
he hates going anywhere. He does not like, he's a homebody. And so when I do go somewhere, I have a very short amount of time before he starts getting fussy and just wanting to go home and take a nap and all that. So it just kind of takes the fun out of going anywhere. But we do plan on doing things this summer, like taking them boating and stuff like that.
Marshall.
But
be
we
careful.
we definitely don't go out as much as we used to when we had, 2 or 3 kids.
Come see me.
It seems like once you have that 4th child, all freedom is gone, and
Come here.
You basically are stuck at home
Yeah.
until that last little one is,
Well, I mean, you're not stuck at home, but it takes a lot more effort to go do things. That's for sure. It takes a lot more. It takes both, the dad and mom to really put forth a lot of effort to, keep them under wraps and make sure you brought everything. And,
true, yeah.
because if you go out to eat, the last thing you want to be is the family that has all the loud kids at the table.
Causing the scene.
Which is driving everybody else in the restaurant crazy. So, it takes a certain amount of discipline. And yes, discipline is a very real thing in this home. But when you go somewhere, you don't want your kids running amok. You don't want them being unruly. They need to be respectful to all the adults around them, as children should be. And so it takes a lot of work. But yeah, I think though, the effort you put into them is what you get out of them. Just like what
Definitely.
you reap is what you sow, biblically. I think what you put into your kids, the effort that you put into them will show. Maybe not even right away. It might show up. It might show up in them in their 20s. You never know when it might show up. But yeah.
Your children really will, their behavior really does reflect the teachings and the patience and the time that the parents put into them. So,
Yep.
so I also wanted to talk about Jacob and how his graduation ceremony has been pushed back. It was supposed to be his original graduation ceremony date was May the 9th. And then they were supposed to come back to school April 24th. But obviously we recently heard that school was out for the rest of the year.
Yep.
And so his actual ceremony for now, anyway, will be June 27th. So at least it was postponed. At least there will still be a ceremony, because I didn't even know if there was going to still be a ceremony. And I'm glad they're just not handing him over his diploma, because I'll tell you, these kids have worked far too hard all these years to not be able to be,
Have their ceremony.
have their ceremony, and they should be recognized
Yeah.
and celebrated.
For all their hard work.
And I'm very proud of Jacob. He, has come a long way through the years. He struggled a lot in some of his subjects, especially math. But
Geometry was really hard work.
But math was my weakness as well. I was never good in math. Once I actually figured it out and caught on, I was good. I enjoyed it, but math constantly changes. It's constantly changing, and so it just it just wasn't my thing. And everybody has, a strength and a weaknesses, in different subjects. Nobody's obviously going to be as good in certain subjects as opposed to others. So
Yep.
my God-given talent was to be a mama and a wife and a housewife. So not a math teacher
No.
by any means. Recently had Jacob's graduation announcements made. I just ordered and made them through Walmart, and they ended up turning out really, really good, actually. So here are the graduation announcements. Is it blurry?
No, it looks good. Yeah, I can see it.
This is the front side, and then this is the back side. I don't know if it's picking it up or not.
Yeah, it is.
Looks a little blurry. But Jacob's senior quote, because all the seniors were supposed to pick a quote for like the yearbook and stuff. So he chose, I went ahead and put it on his announcements as well. But he chose, "The greatest glory in living lies not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall." And I thought that was a really good choice.
Yep.
I loved that quote, and it was just a really good quote. But it's important to us that Jacob has a graduation ceremony, not only because of, you know, all the years he's worked hard, you know, through school, but also because he will be going in to leaving for boot camp this September for 3 months, and then in December he becomes an official Marine. And
Well, just because he's going to be gone for the next 4 years, pretty much.
yeah, and
I mean, he gets to come home once in a while, but if he's not stationed somewhere else.
but that is when Keith and I are going to go out there. We're going to probably drive. We may fly. We're not sure. We're going to see.
Yeah, I don't
it
know.
depends on how much the tickets are going to be, because, I mean, the cost for 8 people, of course, the baby will be free if he sits
Yeah. Well,
he sits on one of our laps.
we'll kind of just cross that bridge then, but
It's going to be costly, so we don't know if we're going to drive or fly yet.
I don't know. If we'll be able to fly.
We'll see.
We're talking about airlines shutting down and all that silliness.
Yeah, it's true. We don't even know what's going to be, how it's going to be, how this whole, you know, COVID-19 thing's going to be by then. Who knows?
It
But,
should be fine. I'm hoping everything will be mellowed out.
yeah,
by this
I'm
summer.
hoping everything will be back to normal by then, but who knows? But we will be traveling there for Jacob's ceremony, and just to remind you guys, we're going to get it all on film. We're going to take you guys with us out there when we do that, and we just have a lot of events coming, you know, future events coming up. A lot of home improvements coming up. We're just trying to be careful right now. We're trying to do one thing at a time. We don't want to bite off more than we can chew. We finally sold our other house. So that was just a huge load taken off of our backs,
Yeah.
and a huge burden lifted. And now we can actually start plugging away and saving up and kind of replenishing what we've lost.
We
And
get started on projects here too. More
we
projects.
thought we would never sell that house.
Oh
my
gosh, yes.
goodness. And Keith having to keep this yard up, that yard up, because you have to keep the yard up and the house so that you can sell it. If you let the yard go and the grass gets tall and the weeds get out of control, no one wants to buy it.
Yeah, and
So-
well, and our old neighbors too. You know, we don't want to.
Yeah, and the neighbors don't appreciate it. So we had to keep it looking in top condition so we could sell it. So, you know, having to take care of both houses plus working And sometimes he even works weekends. I mean, it was just getting overwhelming, you know, and then I need his help too once in a while with all these kids. And so we were both just getting completely overwhelmed.
Oh yeah, big time.
And we got to the point where we were just crying out to God, please, God.
Help.
Mercy, please find a buyer for this house. And he answered it. He doesn't always answer when we would like for him to, but he will always come through eventually. So
I was beginning to think he wasn't listening.
sometimes it seems that way.
It does, yeah. That's just us being impatient.
But we put ourselves in that predicament knowing that we were going to be making 2 mortgages. You know, we did it to ourselves and we accepted the responsibility.
Yeah.
We didn't think that it would take that long to sell it. And that was, you know, lesson learned. So you live and you learn, and this is how we grow.
How were you gonna know? You wouldn't know.
No, but we can look back and, you know that it only helped us to grow and to mature and to know that if you already own a home, don't go buying a second one until you've sold the first one. Mm-hmm. So we had outgrown that house. You know, we're a family of 9, and that was like a 4-bedroom house, not including the hobby room. And it was just, we had outgrown it. So
yeah,
we needed something bigger.
1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 6. All right, done. Hi, Joseph. B7. Miss. Dang it! Then I know that boat. Mama.
Hi, Josie.
And a fly. Your turn.
What you got? Wait, was that supposed to be? What you got? Oh, that is so pretty. Judah, where are your Minnie Mouse characters? Oh, that is beautiful. Wait. Hold it up for mommy. Let me see. Oh, that is so pretty. Good job. What is that?
It's me.
It's you?
Yeah.
That is beautiful.
I had a blue heart and that yellow.
Oh, a blue heart and a yellow heart and a smiley face, huh?
And the eyes.
Oh, it's beautiful. I don't know if it's as handsome as you are, but it is a beautiful picture.
It's gone.
It's gone now. So little Judah decided to draw Mickey and friends, and as you can see, she is my little artist. This little girl can sit down for hours drawing and coloring or putting together puzzles. She's such a good little girl, and her pictures always seem to impress me. And then Naomi and Joe were playing Battleship. And then later on, Keith and Jacob will play a couple games of Battleship. And we just had such a fun-filled weekend as a family. We don't mind being under quarantine at all. We love just hanging out at the house. Oh, Pumpkinhead. Oh, see his eye, you guys? Oh, look at mommy. Let's see your eye. Let's see how your eye looks. Oh, see it, you guys? Oh, poor little boy. He hit it pretty hard on the side of the bathtub. Yeah, he hit it pretty darn hard. And he doesn't deserve that stuff. He's too nice. Yeah, he's just so nice. Yeah, Waj. He's a real nice baby. Yeah, Waj. He's a real nice little boy. What is it? What's wrong with his toes? What's wrong with his toes? You are so cute. Pumpkinhead. Pumpkinhead.
Joe, you said there was a boat right there.
I love my pumpkinhead. Pumpkinhead. I love my Pumpkinhead. I love my Pumpkinhead. I love you. Did you know I love you?
There's a whole lot of love in our home from above. There's a whole lot of love in our home from above.
So what are we making, Mr. Panno?
Stuffed bell pepper.
Ooh. Might that be for me?
Yes. Of course, you're the only one that can eat stuff like this. So, well,
Mine-
actually, that's not true. I mean, I could eat it too. I just don't want to.
Yes, I have to be careful. My favorite, you guys.
I want steaks and eggs and potatoes.
Well, so do I.
I know you do, but I have to eat it for you. So I will take that burden.
Well, thank you very much, Keith. I really appreciate that.
But I do help.
Really
Look,
do.
I'm making you food.
Yes, and this is a specialty. I love when he barbecues.
Yeah, I do usually, but I'm probably gonna bake this one.
Last time he barbecued one of these peppers in tinfoil, right? In some foil. And he filled it with some steak. Like he chopped up some steak in little
Steak,
pieces.
rice, or no, I think it was quinoa.
Rice, no, it was rice and quinoa.
Rice and quinoa.
And the
Veggies,
parmesan,
parmesan,
the aged
carrots.
parmesan, and it, you guys, let me tell you, it
Oh,
was
the secret is
delicious. It should have been something that you would have found on a menu at a super expensive restaurant. Yeah, this Cajun seasoning I got at Sam's Club, and it is dynamite. I've been putting it on everything. And it's got quite a bit of heat, but it's really, really good.
well, it's got a little bit of cayenne pepper in there,
Yeah.
but it's fabulous in the veggies. Really good on the veggies.
It is.
Yeah, so I'm cooking chicken in the Instapot.
No,
pressure
it's-
cook.
Instapot. Everybody's calling it instant. It's an instant pot.
Instant pot. It's a pressure cooker, either way.
Yeah.
Chicken and rice in there with some veggies.
This thing has been a lifesaver. I mean, if I've forgotten to take meat out of the freezer, you can still just toss frozen, chicken or whatever in there, and it cooks it within like 15 minutes. Fully cooked. Love this thing. It's an absolute time saver. If you guys do not have an Instant Pot, you need one. I'll show you guys that I finally got a full body mirror. And I'm pretty sure this is the same mirror that Megan Hickman has on Love Meg. I absolutely love her mirror. And I found it on Amazon. And there were a lot of pretty mirrors, but this one seemed to be the biggest one. I wanted a really, I wanted a bigger full-size mirror, and I liked that the frame was really wide on these, and it was just so glam and so pretty. And I am just loving it. Every time I wanted to look in the mirror at myself after I was dressed and stuff and actually see myself, my full body, I had to go all the way to Abe's room because he's got mirrors on his closet doors, and literally that's the only mirror in this house that is a full body mirror. I have two different mirrors, one in my bathroom, and then I've got this one, of course, which only shows me from about my waist, my hips up. And so I was having to go all the way to the other side of the house just to see myself in a full body mirror. Hey, it's Jakey. What's up, Jakey?
What happened to me?
I'm the
This
only-
guy.
You're what?
This guy.
The sky, huh? So I'm the only one that can call him Jakey.
No.
If anybody else calls him Jakey, he gets irritated. Right, Jakey? But anyway, I'm taking you guys to Abe's room. This is how far I had to walk just to get... What you doing, bud?
Looking outside.
So this is little Abe's closet. And so... yeah, I got tired of having to walk all the way to his bedroom just to see myself. So now I've got finally a full body mirror that Keith mounted to the wall. And I've just been putting it off for a long time just because I'm so busy and ooh. So this is what he's gonna fill my bell peppers with.
Wild rice, chicken, thighs.
And then the bell peppers themselves will be super, super tender. Like, I don't like bell peppers unless they're super tender.
Yeah.
There they are. So anyways, I am super happy to have my new MOSAIC mirror that I bought. I ordered off of Amazon, and I will leave this linked below for you guys in case you're interested. It's just so pretty. But it'll look so much better after we paint the walls. That will be Keith and my next project. We plan on getting some paint, and we also want to redo our deck outside. Is the deck that we're wanting to redo. And as you can see, somebody's foot literally went right through this deck. Okay, so it's kind of scary to walk on. I'd rather not walk on it. I am right now just because I'm showing you guys, but I don't trust the strength of this deck. And then we've got a big hole right here. And I don't know if you guys can see how high up we are, but that's a really, really dangerous drop. So we're gonna make it more secure, obviously, too. The kids are not supposed to be on this deck unless Keith and I are out here because it's so dangerous, you guys. Look at the drop. Can you guys see that? I mean, that would be fatal for a child. And when we moved here, it was like this. They had started this deck and never finished it. And as you can see, this is only like 4 feet from the bottom here, and there's no protection in between. And so Keith and I were really concerned about this deck when we first moved here. And we probably shouldn't have waited this long to get started on this project, but it is what it is. You know, that's life, and he works so much that it's really hard for him to get started on any projects and actually finish them. So we are going to be getting this deck redone, and then ouch, it is so pretty today, you guys. Oh, it's gorgeous. It's starting to get a little bit chilly, but I think it was like 65, 70 degrees today. But here you guys can see, I came down so you guys could see how high up this deck actually is. So yeah, it's pretty dangerous. So, hi! Well, who's down the window? Hi there. What is that, Pumpkinhead? What do you see, Pumpkinhead? Huh? Aw. Oh, he hurt his little eye. Yeah, poor guy. So we're pretty excited about the whole deck thing. And Keith wants to do one of those things where the deck actually wraps around the house. He wants to extend the deck all the way around to the front of the house here to the front door. And I thought that that would be so pretty and just such a good idea. I love wraparound decks. They are just gorgeous. And so Keith just brought me my stuffed bell peppers, and I probably won't be able to eat both of these, but aren't they pretty? I cannot wait to cut into these and gorge on them. Nope, other way. I don't like this knife.
Nom 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 nom.
You could cut the end right out of there.
Might need salt.
It's good. You guys enjoyed this vlog, and don't forget, if you enjoyed this video, to give us a thumbs up.
Ring that bell.
Yeah, hit that bell so you're notified each time our videos are uploaded. And don't be a stranger. We would love for you to join our YouTube family, and we really appreciate all your guys' support, all your comments.
Farrah tries to get to them all, that's for sure.
I try. It's getting harder. My list is getting longer and longer and longer. But I'm working.
Still reads them all.
I'm working hard trying to support everybody back, and you know, that's what YouTube's all about, is supporting. Everybody supports everybody. So I hope to see you guys in the next video, and until then, have a wonderful weekend, a wonderful day, wherever you are, whatever time it is. I hope you're enjoying your day, and stay safe, and
don't get bored.
Yeah, don't get bored. Keep your hands washed.
Yeah.
And
don't touch your face.
Don't go outside either. Stay in the house.
I say go outside, just don't go touching anything.
No, we definitely need sunshine, you guys. We need that D3 to stay healthy. So get plenty of sunshine. But we should be staying clean regardless of coronavirus, right, guys? So that's it. We shall see you guys in the next video. Bye.